Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I'm Andy Ruther, coming to you live from the Smut Shack in Venice Beach, California, with my fill-in co-host for Joey No Chill, the one and only Matty Goldberg.
Good to be here, Andy. I probably have the most fill-in record for Dirty Sports. I think I'm like running away with that too.
You are.
Yeah.
Since we started the show, this is episode 396. You have been a guest or a fill-in co-host more than anybody.
Probably 10 to 15 times, 20 times. Who's second?
That's a good question. I have a spreadsheet. I keep track of everybody who comes on the show.
Yeah.
Because I'm a nerd.
Sure.
I would say maybe...
Costa?
No, Costa's only been on 3 times.
Slater?
No. Yoshi, probably.
Yeah, Yoshi, of course.
Either Yoshi or Tug.
Yeah.
Trevor's coming in. I bet it's Yoshi.
The one thing about
Say Yoshi.
Yoshi is Yoshi's been a long time. Tug a lot the last few years, but Yoshi a lot in the past. And I love Yoshi.
Yeah.
Yo, I would love to have Yoshi on the Dent Report so I can talk about him bringing porn to shows and then like getting up like right away, and like how it pissed me off in the other comics.
I'm shocked. Matty had a beef within a comic. That's never happened.
Yeah, we never even spoke. He probably
Yeah,
like he has no idea the beef.
He probably doesn't even know who you are.
He probably doesn't. No, he knows now because we, through Dirty Sports.
Yeah.
And we did March Madness a few years ago where
That's
we all.
right.
But he's awesome. He's hysterical.
I tried to get Yoshi on, actually, so the balls know. Yoshi was leaving. Actually, I hear sirens. That's
Yeah.
probably cops and ambulances
Sure.
going after Yoshi.
Yeah.
Yoshi was leaving the country. We couldn't work it out. We tried to get him on last week. Then he was leaving again for 30 days. That's the thing, Yoshi. He's a man of mystery. Like, you don't know where he's going. Where's he going?
They're injecting him with some sort of weird dye to like do experiments on him. It's like prison experiments.
Yeah.
Like, do you know the whole story about Whitey Bulger who comes on the show?
Whitey Bulger. The
Yeah.
actual Whitey Bulger? I'm so confused.
Well, Joe does a Whitey Bulger.
Okay.
But the real Whitey Bulger,
Yeah.
like, he was just a bank robber,
Yeah.
okay? And then he went to prison, and he went to Alcatraz, and he said, I'll do less time if you, like, inject me with, like, LSD and all types of weird shit. And he came out like a fucking killer. That's the story about him.
Wait a second. I saw the movie.
They didn't put that in the movie. They were dumb not to put that in the movie.
They didn't put that in the movie?
But in the book, like, I've read a couple books about him. When he was in Alcatraz, he signed up for all the experiments to get less prison time. And supposedly that made him into, like, a cold-blooded killer.
What I'm laughing at is you're like, Whitey Bulger does your show all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm so confused. I'm like, Whitey Bulger's dead.
Well, he's not dead. He's in prison.
He's not dead?
No.
I thought he was dead.
No, he's in prison.
That's a good movie.
He's still killing people, too.
You know why I don't remember that movie? I had a Netflix and chill night with a
Yeah.
lady. And
You're getting it on.
well, a typical Ruther night. I always watch again, I've said this, I think I said this on Dent Report, or no, I
Yeah.
think I said it on Dirty Sports.
Sure.
The amount of movies that I should not be hooking up to a girl on in the background, like Spotlight. It's a movie about priest molesting kids. And
You're going to town.
10 minutes into that movie, I'm like going down on some girl. Like,
Yeah.
how is that even possible?
Well, like, like when you get a girl, like, to come back and you put on a movie, but like, the movie's just, like, background to put the move
Yeah.
on the lady. Like, you and the girl are aware that the movie's just going to play and shit's going to happen.
I think that should be a new blog I write. I should try to recall some of the most inappropriate /
yeah.
just awkward, uncomfortable
Like
movies.
horror movies.
Yeah. Well, the horror is not. That's not a big deal. But I mean, again, off the top of my head, I Spotlight.
Schindler's List.
What? Get Out. No.
Yeah.
Gandhi. You ever see
Yeah.
the Gandhi movie?
I've seen
Long.
parts of it. I know Ben Kingsley he was great
He
in it.
crushed it.
Yeah.
We had to watch that in high school. We had to take. I think it was my junior year. I went to a Catholic school. You had to take a social justice class.
Yeah.
Because the Jesuit Catholics they're big time liberals. They're big about the social justice.
Yep.
And this is before the term social justice warriors. And I just remember I slept. It took a week to watch that.
Of course.
I probably
the,
slept through
4
half
hour
of it.
movie. Yeah, they don't make movies like that anymore.
Yeah. Anyway, Matty,
Let's talk SPORTS.
that's right. Sports for those who can't spell out there.
Yeah.
I like having you on, just like having Tug.
Yeah.
Nothing against Praino because he's not here, so I'm not going to
Sure.
diss my boy. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's chilling in Belize.
Yeah.
But you guys are both big March Madness of college basketball fans?
I mean, everybody has their opinions on like what they like and their preferences. Some people like NASCAR. I don't get it. But I love college basketball so much more than pro basketball. Just the way I am. I just love college basketball. Giant fan. I think it's like the NFL is one and college basketball is two. And baseball, I used to always love baseball, but I think baseball is now 3 for me.
Did you always like college more than the NBA?
Yeah, but I love baseball more than college basketball. But now I think college basketball is past
So
baseball.
who was your team growing up then?
It's funny because I always loved Michigan, just because my name started with M. So I like, when you're like 5 or 6, growing up in New York, the only team really we had was Syracuse and St. John's, and I lived 2 hours from St. John's and like 4 hours from Syracuse. So we really didn't have a college team. So I just like embraced the M, and I liked the colors, and the fight song was awesome. So I just became a Michigan fan.
Were you stoked then when they won? What was it?
1989.
89
Of
against
course.
Seton Hall.
Yeah, Glenn Rice.
That game went into overtime.
Glenn
right?
Rice who banged Sarah Palin during the Alaska shootout. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Wait, what?
Fun
what?
fact.
What?
Yes, fun fact. Trevor, am I right?
Trevor,
Look it up.
Trevor's back there giving blinking guy meme. Wait a second. So Glenn Rice.
Yes, had
This,
sex with Sarah
this
Palin.
is a nugget. How did I not know? Glenn Rice supposedly banged Sarah Palin.
Yeah, she wrote about it in her book. Look it up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking recently. So you're saying
Back, she was like a journalist. Like she even did sports reporting.
when he played up in Alaska,
yeah,
because they do like an etern. They
It's
do a
called the
tournament.
Great Alaska Shootout.
The Great Alaska Shootout.
Yeah, they had Glenn Rice, Ramil Robinson was another guy on the team. Another guy on the team, I think, is Pelinka, who's now the GM of the Lakers.
Rob
was on that
Pelinka.
team. Yeah, he was like
Former agent.
Yeah, he's like a 4.0 student, like probably the only guy who went to class on that team. And they had some other big guys. Vaughn, Tug would probably know more.
I'll
than
be
me.
honest. That was a little before my time.
And
Seton
Hall had a really good team.
Yeah. All right, Trevor's looking it up. Look, he's got a big smile over there.
Yeah.
No, it's 100% true. But there's some of the wording in here.
Go for it. Go for it. Is it too risque for you to read, Trevor?
No, it's just blinking guy meme. It's just in one version of the story, Sarah's encounter with Rice took place in her sister Molly's dorm room at the University of Alaska Anchorage. She hauled his ass down, a friend says, but she freaked out afterward, hysterical, crying, totally flipped out. The thing that people remember is her freak out, how completely crazy she got. And these are in quotes.
And this is after sex?
And these are in quotes. I fucked a black man. She was just horrified. She couldn't believe she'd done it.
It's just
Oh, my Lord.
Escalated so quickly.
so
This must have been like 1988, 1987.
she bangs Glenn. First of all, yeah, up there. There's not like there's a bunch
And
of.
he
black-
was a stud. He
Yeah.
was a 3-point machine,
he was an
inside,
animal.
outside.
He was a stud. You're right.
Great NBA player, too.
It's not like there's many black dudes up in Alaska.
No, but they came when Michigan played.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So she meets this black guy, Glenn Rice. She bangs him. Then she suddenly gets racist, running up and down the hall saying,
Unbelievable.
I can't believe I fucked a black guy. The
She's
things
a-
you learn on Dirty Sports.
She's an idiot.
And this is why Maddie's. This is why, guys. This is why
I know a lot of shit.
This is what I'm saying. This is why I
know a
love
lot of
Maddie
useless shit.
as a guest or co-host.
And
You're bringing nuggets of knowledge I never thought we'd be
another
talking
fun
about.
fact: who was the Seton Hall coach? Another guy who got choked out.
PJ Carlissimo.
Yes.
I know that. Come on.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm
You
well,
know your shit.
I'm well aware of that at least. PJ, who then got choked out by Latrell Sprewell when he
Yeah.
coached the Golden State Warriors. PJ now is, I believe, he's an analyst.
Yes.
Anyway, let's talk about what's going on now. Michigan just won.
I believe so.
They just won the Big Ten tournament.
That's crazy. And the big thing is the tournament was a week early.
How do you feel about that?
Tug just texted me and he was like, it's bad because there's like a layoff and therefore they're going to be rusty. But I actually think it's going to help. I think it's going to help the Big Ten so much that next year I am predicting a lot of the big conferences will move their tournament a week early. Because a lot of these teams that win, a lot of times they come into the tournament tired
With fatigue.
because they play like 4 games in a row.
Yeah.
So now they have Michigan and Purdue, they have like 8 or 9 days off, which is a long time. Everybody's like, oh my God, that's too long of a wait.
But what about the momentum? A lot of times when you're playing
Sure,
hot,
that-
you
yeah.
see this in the NFL a lot when the good number 1 seed
Yeah, they get the
loses
bye.
after the bye.
Yeah.
Do you think there's anything to the momentum?
I think there is, but I also think when a tournament like this, when you have to play like, one day off and like intense where, teams are playing like their hearts out, like I think getting that rest is going to help. I really do. But Tug thinks it's going to go the opposite way. So we shall see.
Okay. So you think it's going to help? My thing with the Big Ten tournament that I texted you about, actually,
it was New York.
I'm just annoyed because, they're going back next year, I believe, to Chicago, if I saw it correctly,
Yeah,
the Big
that's
Ten.
good. Yeah.
I just don't like, even though they change and it's not the same old Big East, the Big East tournament, that's Madison Square Garden. Agreed?
That is correct.
That is the tradition, the history. So many great games in the Big East tournament have been played at Madison Square Garden. So for me, and the Big East tournament starts this week, and you have 7 of the original Big East teams,
Yeah.
So it's not like it's that revamped of a league.
No.
The big ones that they lost were basically
Syracuse
and Connecticut.
UConn. Well, no, Syracuse, UConn, and I think Pitt they lost, but Pitt's been awful this year.
Yeah. So, but my point, I'm saying, you still have a lot of the major powers.
Yeah.
What I hated was to see that, especially now as a guy whose team plays in the Big East. My thing is, Big Ten, you don't play at Madison Square Garden. You're the Big Ten. You're the Midwest. Play somewhere in the Midwest.
Well, the ACC is the same thing. They're doing it in Brooklyn.
And I hate that.
It's
it was always
Yeah.
tradition to play in North Carolina.
And it comes down, of course, to money, but it's like the ACC should always be like, that's Duke, North Carolina country, even Virginia, like, rotate it like in North Carolina and like maybe Florida or, Atlanta
Even
or something.
D.C.
Yeah, D.C., but like they just want money and they know there's enough alumni on the East Coast
Yeah.
to sell it out and to get that Big Apple money. But I think it's shitty to like the true college basketball fans, which are in the Midwest and they're in the South with your North Carolina and your Duke, and it's like they don't want to fucking go to New York in like cold weather. They'd rather like, watch it somewhere in North Carolina or even Virginia or something like that.
And I get it, it actually would be more fair to put it in Brooklyn because, the ACC tournament used to always be at Greensboro Coliseum.
Yeah.
And that is a huge advantage.
It is a huge advantage
for
UNC and Duke.
UNC and Duke.
But there's Wake Forest is in the conference.
I was just going to say.
NC State.
All those other schools are also Clemson.
Yeah.
They're also right there basically in North Carolina, and Clemson's right on the
Sure.
border in South Carolina.
Yep.
Yeah, so I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I hated to see that this year. I hated to see the Big Ten tournament. I don't know if you saw, there were some pictures of some of those opening games.
They were empty.
There was empty.
Well,
Nobody in New York
you
gives a shit about Purdue, Rutgers.
You got a great place in Indianapolis. You got a great place in Chicago's got a great arena. You can do it in Michigan where the Pistons play. You can rotate it in those states, and it's like it's good for the fans and the alumni and the students. I mean, I get even like the students like cool going to New York, but it's a lot of money.
Yeah. I think they should do it in Alaska.
Yeah.
So that more black guys can bang.
Sarah Palin's kids.
Yeah.
What a weird story, man. I just knew she had sex with him. I didn't know she had a freak out.
She had sex, freak out, and then just turned racist.
Jesus Christ.
I am really into Sarah Palin, though. Like, I would love to hook up with her.
Yeah, I know a lot of guys that like would love in her prime of like her looks. Hate
right
fuck
now,
her.
right now.
Do you want to hate fuck her though?
I don't care about her politics. I don't think she cares about her politics.
No.
It's all for show.
Yeah.
I would love to bang Sarah Palin. I'd love to bang her daughter Bristol.
At the same time,
Let's make it happen.
little stepmom daughter action.
Well, that would be real mom.
Oh,
Real daughter action, Matty.
well, there's not many porns that are real mom, real daughter. It's always like step.
Well, yeah, there is. I've seen some of those.
You got to dig deep in the X videos to find that.
You don't really have to dig deep. They claim they're real mom, real daughter.
Yeah.
Trust me, Matty. And
Yeah.
I don't spend nearly as much time on some of those sites as you. How many hours a day you think you look at porn?
Well, just the morning. I always have to take a little. I do a little morning wink. Sometimes it's like really embarrassing, and sometimes you're like, but I use X videos. That's the site. Everybody has like a Pornhub, whatever. I use X videos. So sometimes I forget to close it, and it's like 3:00 in the day, and I go to like want to Google something, and then it comes up just like bang, and I'm like, what the fuck? I forgot to close this.
I don't know what's worse, that happening in the day or the morning. So you wake and whack.
Yeah.
Some people wake and bake. You wake and whack.
Some people only can whack at night. I'm a morning guy. I wake up ready to rock.
Which is interesting because you do live with your girlfriend.
Yeah. See, I put something on the Dent report about what I do to piss her off now, but maybe I should wait for the Dent report.
Yeah.
For foreplay. I just whisper to her, I'm like, do you want this Hebrew hammer? I'm like, do you want this big? And I do it to make myself laugh, and it turns her off so much.
Oh God, I think you just turned off everyone listening.
I know.
The thought of you calling your dick the Hebrew hammer.
I'm like, you want this Hebrew hammer, don't you? 12 inches of kosher beef coming at you, all natural grade A.
That might be a good sketch, though.
It makes me laugh.
It is funny.
And then she's like, why are you doing that? You're turning me off. I'm like, I know, but it's making me laugh.
That might be a good sketch for the Dirty Sports Network.
Oh, yeah.
So who do you like, Goldberg? Let's get back to college basketball.
Yeah.
Now, you've definitely probably watched, and I've watched a fair amount. You've watched a lot more than me.
Yeah, I've been studying.
What I like is this year.
Yeah. It's up for grabs.
I have never seen a year, even the top teams, the top 5 teams.
Yeah.
I've never seen a year with so much parity.
It's really like any team can lose in the second round, and there's like 10 or 12 teams that can win the whole thing. So, but any of those teams that can win the whole thing can lose in the second round.
Who do you like? Like, if I said to you, Goldberg,
Gun to my head.
gun to your head, you give me 3 to 5 teams that you like in this year's field to win.
Villanova, Duke, Michigan. I'll even throw your Xavier on the outside. And then I have like teams that are like
Michigan.
Yeah.
Not Michigan State.
No, I don't like. I think what's happened with Michigan State too is the whole thing. There's like a dark umbrella on them right now that they're playing on, and they're not like it's always there.
But they just won 12 or 13 games until they lost to Purdue.
Yeah, but a lot of the Big Ten.
I'm sorry, lost to Michigan.
Yeah, a lot of the Big Ten teams aren't that strong. I mean, they barely beat Wisconsin, which is I had an off year, so they started the tournament. They barely beat Wisconsin. They lost to Michigan by 10 last in Lansing, where they're from, and then they got smoked by Michigan again. So they're obviously Michigan is peaking. Michigan is like they started slow, but they're getting better and they're peaking just like last year. And they should have made the Final 8. Michigan last year, they missed on a buzzer to Oregon, so they're peaking. Villanova's very strong, and I think Duke has the most talent, but they're just talented like freshmen that haven't like got their
Bagley's
shit together.
fun to watch, man.
He's fun to watch, but he's so like, he can jam it, but I'm not I don't believe that he can like take over a game yet.
But they also have the experience with the Grayson Allen.
Yes.
So it goes both ways. You have the young buck,
yeah.
And you got the senior who's been there, done that. He can score, obviously.
And I even like your Xavier, that just because they're so veteran, like they're a veteran team that they play so well together. Like they pass the ball, they move the ball well.
Well, I've been saying all along, what scares me about Xavier is their lack of defense.
Sure.
And that's just huge for me.
But like you said, they always have a big lead, and then the team gets back in it. But that's just the way they play.
Xavier plays their level of competition, which I hate.
Well,
but you're right. Xavier, if anybody's watched them, they go 9 deep. And I'm saying I like the guys they bring off the bench.
They have inside and out.
Yeah.
Like I was watching Cincinnati today. I don't really like them that much.
Why don't you like Cincinnati?
I think they're just bruisers. Like they don't have that. I think you need 2 or 3 guys that can just light it up from threes, and then a couple big guys in up in the middle. And Cincinnati, I don't really like their 3 game. Like they don't have a guy that's just gonna light it up and like put a lot of points on the board.
You know who I can't stand is Mick Cronin. And this isn't just coming from a guy.
It's funny because he looks like the coach of Xavier. They look alike.
But he's way shorter, and
he looks like he's dead, like he's got diseases or something.
Well, Mick Cronin, again, I'm probably biased because I'm a Xavier guy, and that's our rival.
Sure.
But he to me is every short man syndrome. He's the guy who didn't play college basketball, unlike Xavier's coach, Chris Mack. He's the guy who, he's been doing the coaching thing all along. And just seeing him yell at these 6'10" black guys, this little short Irish guy, just makes me fucking laugh.
He last year he got into this like Jerry Glanville all dressed in black thing too. Like he was gonna be like the weird coach that was all like head to toe black.
Yeah.
Which didn't really work out for him.
What do you think about Wichita State, who Cincinnati beat today?
See, I watched them and I'm like, they just can't put it together. Like everybody said at the beginning of the year, like they're this, that with their coach. Everybody loves their coach because they always overachieve. But I watched them today, and I'm like, they're just not there. And they have a guy, that Landry Shamet, like he's supposed to be like a top 10 draft pick. But I just don't think they've put it together. And they're also, if they can't hit their threes, they're fucked.
Yeah.
They're one of those teams that, like, they gotta, like, get hot. So, like, you worry about teams that only can shoot threes because if they get ice cold, they're done.
I like Nova a lot.
Yeah.
And I like Jay Wright. And
Yeah, Nova's really good.
I mean, here we are again. People are forgetting. This is basically the third year in a row Nova's been floating around being number one.
yeah.
You know, they're a great team, and they're deep, and they have guys who can play. But you keep telling me that Kansas is a fraud.
Kansas is a fraud. I don't like even their conference. The Big 12, I think, is bad.
But the Big 12, you say that, but let me counter that.
Yeah.
Again, this is you know more about the Big 12 than me.
Sure.
They say the Big 12 might get 8 teams in.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
So you
Give some
think
of
it's-
those mid-majors a shot. Like, take a couple of those teams away and then give, like, a team that loses in their conference championship that's like a small mid-major that had a really good season that's not going to make it because they lost in their championship.
Yeah.
Give them instead of, like, Baylor or somebody like that or TCU or something. I'm not a big fan of the Big 12. I like West Virginia. I think they're fun. I love Bob Huggins. I
Oh,
love
how
the
can you
guys-
not love him?
I love how they press.
Yeah.
I think Texas will get in, which I don't know if they're a bubble team. There's a lot of I think Penn State deserves to get in. I don't think they're going to get in.
No, they shouldn't deserve to get in. You should dress when we go to Vegas,
Yeah.
as we've talked about at
Sure.
length. You should dress like Bob Huggins. I want to get you a West Virginia, like
Pull over.
a West Virginia Nike. What would they
And
call
can
it?
I get the stool? You got to bring that stool.
You want me to bring the stool?
Do you ever see he sits on a stool?
Yeah.
So
he's,
fun.
He's so fat, isn't
Oh.
he?
Yeah, he almost had a heart attack last season on the court.
I
Remember
thought he
that?
did have a heart attack.
I don't know. I don't know if it was a heart
He
attack.
keeled
but-
over on the court.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing. I like him because, you know, there's people that like say, I'm going to live the way I want to live even if I die.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the doctor's like
Like
can't
you.
drink. Yeah, can't drink, can't eat fast food. He's like, fuck that. I'm fucking living my life the way I want to live.
Yeah.
Love it.
I feel ya. Now, we're going to go to Vegas. We've talked about
Oh,
it.
can I give you one more team I have a philosophy about?
Yeah, go for it.
Virginia. Fucking hate watching them. Hate the defense. Hate that they score no points. Have a theory about them. One of the things you've read the book Moneyball, right?
I actually never read it.
Okay, so one of the lines Billy Beane says in this, which he stands by, which kind of like excuses for the A's in the playoffs. He goes, "My system works in the regular season. It doesn't necessarily work in the playoffs." So that's why they always underachieve in the playoffs.
Oh, you're going to say that same theory holds true for Virginia.
Yeah, their system works in the regular season, not for the NCAA tournament. Because they've had some number 1 teams, number 2 teams, never got past
Yeah.
the Sweet 16, sometimes losing the round of 32.
Well, I agree with you, and I said that with Tug
Yeah.
last week as far as how boring it is. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to watch a 60-52 game.
Not even 60-52. Some of these games are like 50-45.
It's boring as hell. And
Yeah.
and again, if I'm a young kid and I'm getting recruited,
You don't want to play there.
who the fuck wants to play there?
Yeah, where defense is like your whole game is based on like low scoring defense
Yeah.
crap.
But I like that theory, and we'll see if it holds up again.
Sure.
Come tournament time.
Oh, people will let me know.
Who's people? Are there
The
big?
fan.
Are there,
Well, last year I talked about like stay away from the SEC teams, and I was like they always lose in the first, second round. In South Carolina, made it to the Final Four.
so we're going to Vegas, Matty.
Yeah.
And you're stoked.
It's best.
You said you just got a tax return from Uncle Sam.
It's coming March 7th, just in time.
Matty's counting down the days.
That's right. Keep checking the bank account.
How much money are you bringing to Vegas? Can we disclose some
I'm
numbers?
gonna put like 400 ready to rumble.
Whoa! Breaking the bank. 400 for Goldberg is a lot.
And not only that,
Hold on. So real quick, you're gonna gamble on games. You're gonna drop $400.
I'm gonna have 400 cash. I'm gonna have some Coca-Cola ready to go. And like your buddies who like they go in for the halftime bets. I'll be ready for the halftime bets. I didn't do any halftime bets last year.
You know what's funny? You're bringing $400. That's what the guy. We go with all these high rollers. Those guys are gonna be betting that the first game.
I know. That's
We
crazy.
gotta get you drunk again.
Yeah, I hope that one guy comes that was fucking crazy.
Jared.
Yeah. He talks, he has a high-pitched voice.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Ruther!
Yeah, he was.
Ruther, you got any bets this game, Ruther?
Yeah, oh my god. What a maniac that guy was.
I'm pretty excited though too.
Is he going?
I don't know if he's going.
He just had a kid.
Yeah. You were gonna be the star though again.
Oh,
now
yeah.
now that people in our little crew
Know me.
know you,
Yeah,
it took them a few days. You became
Yeah.
the star last year,
sure.
running up to
Not
the,
only was I the star, I was the star of the other tables because the one other table was just laughing at me the whole time.
Yeah.
The guy kept saying, "You're broken."
Yeah.
He goes, "Your pants are down, your underwear's hanging out, you're broken."
Little does he know, your life is just one giant broken piece.
Yeah.
Because that's how you dress and act all the time.
But little did I know that his buddy was wearing Notre Dame pajamas. Full onesie Notre Dame pajamas.
Yeah. Total cheddar dick move,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, that's good, Matty. I'm excited too. I gotta make sure we're good to go, and I know we are.
And Mr. No Chill's going too.
Praino looks like he's going as
Cool.
of now. So the three of us will be road tripping to Vegas.
That'd be fun.
And I'm excited.
I
3
can't wait.
nights.
Yeah. So we're staying Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then leaving Saturday.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Did you look into that comedy show?
I'm trying,
I
but
heard that's
everybody says the guy's the worst guy ever.
the worst guy, and I heard it's the worst comedy show.
Yeah, I was playing.
Eddie If just did it.
Yeah, I was playing cards, poker when it was happening, and it's like dirty as like beyond dirty. The comics there, like I could hear it while I was playing poker. It's just like fuck this bitch in the asshole. I was jizzing on this girl. and I was
Like
just-
that's the comedy?
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if I want to do that show.
Yeah,
Are you gonna do edibles with me?
absolutely.
Okay.
Am I gonna do vape pens? Absolutely.
So you're gonna be turned.
I'm gonna be turned if those guys want to buy me drinks, which I'm sure they will. I'll do some drinks.
Listen to this guy. If they want to buy me drinks.
And I'm gonna go big at Steak and Shake, and maybe get more than just chicken fingers. I might get a milkshake.
Wow.
I might get a burger. I might get 2 burgers.
Wow. Matty G.
And if I win
Get
big,
turned.
we'll take you prime. They have prime rib there, all you can eat, right?
Yeah, they got everything.
Dude, prime rib, all you can eat, brother.
Well, I'm excited about Vegas, and if you're excited about March Madness like us, you should get those tickets for your games on SeatGeek.
That's right.
SeatGeek will have all the games available. You can see exactly where you're going to sit, or if you already got your tickets and for some reason something comes up, if you want to sell them, you can also go on SeatGeek. Guys, it's the app that's easy to use. Just download it, put it on your phone. I check it at least once every day. As I've said before, there's a good chance we're going to go to the Las Vegas Golden Knights. And I was also looking at SeatGeek for those Insane Clown Posse concert tickets. I haven't forgotten about that, Praino. I know you're gone, but I have not forgotten. So, Dirtballs, best of all the listeners get $20 off their first SeatGeek purchase. Just download the SeatGeek app and enter our promo code DIRTY today. That's promo code DIRTY, DIRTY, for $20 off your first SeatGeek purchase. Again, SeatGeek, $20 off your first purchase. So download it today, guys, and use it anytime you need to go to any event. What the hell is going on outside? The sirens are nonstop
It's
today.
Venice. You know, I drove by like a place that I've never seen so many tents before.
It's probably Venice. They moved. So here's what's going on with Venice.
Yeah.
The Savage Town, and Prano and I always talk about this, they relocate.
Yeah.
So they're mostly off Mildred now,
Sure.
which in a weird way, is like bittersweet for me. In a way, I kind of like seeing all these homeless fucks in tents.
Yeah.
Now they're on Venice Way.
Yeah, I saw that. It was
You
just
saw it probably
insane.
coming down here.
It's like just like houses.
Yeah.
It's like you're just driving by a neighborhood, but they're tents.
But you know, L.A. is like that in so many
Yeah.
areas. When I drive
Sure.
over to your place in Los
Yeah,
Feliz,
those under the bridges.
I was going to say, under the bridges are full-fledged communities.
Yeah, that's like the Red Hot Chili Peppers song.
Is that what it's about?
Yeah, because what he would do was,
I didn't know this.
and I read Anthony Kiedis' book. I read a lot of rock memoirs, but what he would do is he'd like be at like an event. Like I remember one time he was in the front row of the NBA All-Star game, and he's like, "I'm living the life, you know, whatever." I think it was in like Golden State, San Francisco area, Oakland area, and then he flies back to L.A. and it's like 3 a.m. and he's jonesing for heroin, and he goes under the bridge.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought you knew that.
No, that's a good nugget of knowledge, though.
Yeah, so that's what the song is about, and that's why the tents are there, and that's you go under the bridge.
So if I
you're
ever need
fucked.
heroin, I just go underneath the bridge.
Exactly.
Good
That's
to
the
know.
And it was sad because he's like, he's this big rock star, and he would always talk about going to these like lavish events and then like ending up under the bridge.
Yeah. Will you do heroin in Vegas?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
What about magical mushrooms?
No.
Is that redundant to say that, by the way?
We stop at edibles and alcohol. I'm sure Vegas Day will stop by. He's always got some good ganja. And,
yeah, you're all about inviting every dirtball all the time.
Well, Vegas Day is just a
I know.
special, awesome dude.
He's an adult.
Yeah.
Not to take digs at certain people, but he gets it.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy.
You want to talk a little NFL Combine?
Yeah, I can't wait.
So the Combine just finished, I believe, 2 days ago.
Yeah, I have opinions
or yesterday.
about it. Yeah.
Well, go for it. So the Combine, I have opinions too.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on it?
I just think it's absolutely useless.
Okay. Why is that?
I think a lot of times you get guys that are like studs at the Combine, and then because it's not like football.
Yeah.
Like last year, probably the guy that like was overdrafted was a receiver for the Bengals. I think his name was Jonathan Ross.
Well, he was hurt all year.
And he was a guy that like, oh my God, he ran the 40 and 4-1. You know, this, that. And the first time he touched the ball, he fumbled, and he never got on the field again.
Yeah.
So, like, they overdrafted him because of the Combine.
You know his story, right?
What's the story?
Do you know Jonathan Ross? He's from Long Beach.
Okay.
You know Snoop was his coach.
It's amazing. That's
Snoop
great.
was like his Pop Warner
yeah,
coach.
Snoop's a mentor to a lot of these guys, which
He's
is
got
awesome.
that show on Netflix.
Yeah, I think it's awesome what he's doing. I think he loves football and he loves the kids.
You want to hear? You want to hear a funny Snoop story real quick
Yeah.
before we go? Not to divert.
Was this about where you were just at the event?
Yeah. So, Praino and I went to the Adidas event, the All-Star event.
Yeah.
Shout out to our boy Guy Fiorito who set it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we go to the event and Guy was like the big dog setting this whole thing up.
Yeah.
So he told us at the event that Snoop, it was the Snoop versus 2 Chainz team.
Sure.
Snoop didn't want the rims at 10 feet. So Snoop, listen to this bullshit. And of course, the common person at that event doesn't know. Snoop had the rims lowered 3 or 4 inches.
Jesus.
Which is like, dude, come on. What is this, grade school? So the rims were lowered.
He's a competitive guy.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
it's also kind of, come on, dude. Like,
yeah.
these are all, I know they're rappers. They're not pros. But, yeah, Snoop had the rims down to like 9.7 or 9.8.
Yeah, I don't even know how much that would help. I mean,
It would help a lot.
Just with with shooting, or I don't know.
I think it would help a lot. Anyway, so you think the Combine is all hype?
I think it's the equivalent of like if you take preseason football serious. So like if you take wins and losses in the preseason series.
Okay.
So I think like the Combine, I mean like sure, certain guys do this and that, but like it really matters when they play in the NFL, how they deal with getting hit. All the little drills, it's just like the NFL Network needs like to have some sort of show.
Well, I don't think it's about the NFL Network because the Combine's been going on long before.
Yeah, I don't even know.
The NFL Network.
I don't get it, to be honest. I just like I get it, but I don't get I don't think it's the ultimate judge.
Well, I agree. I'm not mad that there's a Combine, and
yeah,
we've talked about this in the past. But I agree with you to the extent it's definitely overhyped, and some of these questions we got to talk about.
Yeah,
this.
of course.
This is my problem.
Yeah,
these guys are gladiators.
Yep.
They ain't rocket scientists.
No.
They're not curing the problem of cancer or AIDS or figuring out how to stop global warming, which does exist, by the way, for all those who don't think it exists. They're not doing that. These guys are studs on a competitive, violent sport. Right, Matty? We agree.
Yeah.
And I don't care whether, even if you're the quarterback, they always talk, oh, he did so-and-so on the Wonderlick. I don't think that shit matters because some of the questions that were revealed this year was, here's one.
Sure.
What is Bitcoin? A player was asked.
Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Dude.
Can he sack the quarterback?
Exactly.
Can he catch a ball?
Can you throw a ball? Can you fucking outrun the DBs? I watched an entire documentary. I think I've watched 2 now. I've lost track.
Sure.
All that goddamn short-term memory loss from marijuana. On Bitcoin.
Still don't get it.
I don't understand Bitcoin.
I only own Bitcoin from gambling. But I don't have a problem with the questions, but the questions I would just, if I was a GM, I just had these guys in. I'm like, how bad do you want to win? That's all I ask them. Like, how much do you love football? That's my only question.
You're asking a football player, a guy whose job is
but
to
you can read a lot in their answer.
destroy. No, but you think do you think that's an appropriate question?
I think that's the only question that needs to be asked.
What is Bitcoin?
No, not what is Bitcoin.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about.
No, I'm saying the only
What
question.
are you talking about?
I was saying the only question I would ask is how bad do you want to win? That's all that should be asked. That's my point.
Well, Matty, of all the questions, that's a pretty bad question, too.
I don't know about that.
Every single guy is going to say, I want to win. Do you think one guy in that situation is going to say,
No, but
40, 70?
If a guy, but if
40,
a guy
70,
goes,
that'd be 110.
but listen, they asked Ryan Leaf.
Ruther does math.
They asked Ryan Leaf. They go, "What are you gonna do with your bonus when you first get signed?" He goes,
Yeah.
"I'm going to Vegas or some bullshit. I'm throwing a party." They asked Peyton Manning that, and he's like, "I'm going to study." Like he's like, "What are you doing the first day you get your money?" He's like, "I'm gonna be in the film room studying." So you can tell from an answer like that, like, what are you gonna do with your money? I guess. But Bitcoin is a dumbass question.
And
asking Des Bryant if his mom's a prostitute, which was asked years ago, was a dumbass question.
Well, remember, we've gone over these. We still have some of these from the past.
Yeah. One was, are you gay, was one guy, which was a dumbass question.
These were questions that have been asked
Yeah.
within the past 5 years. If you could kill someone and not get caught, would you?
Oh, my God. Was that asked to Aaron Hernandez? Did you ever have sex with Sarah Palin? Callback.
Nice job, Matty.
Yeah.
You don't have to acknowledge that it's a callback, though. Just let it happen naturally.
I know.
Another question somebody was asked this year, what is ISIS?
Oh,
Oh,
man.
yeah, that's what we want. We want a guy who looks like Ray Lewis and who is an inside linebacker to fully grasp ISIS and our foreign policy and terrorism with an Islamic State over in the Middle East. Yeah, that's really important.
What if he said, like, oh, I'm an ISIS sympathizer? That would be bad.
But he wouldn't say that. That's the
I'm
point.
just saying it would be funny.
Yeah.
That'd be like a sketch.
So we basically agree on this.
This is Trevor P. number 2, by the way.
Okay, we're giving a Trevor P.
I'm
update.
experiencing that.
Yeah, we agree that but it can be good. I want to talk about this Shaquem Griffin, or is it Shaquem or Shaquem?
I don't know.
I'm a big fan of this guy.
Okay.
And I had seen him play. You know, they weren't getting much press or much publicity during their season, even though they went undefeated. University of Central Florida.
Yeah, undefeated.
Scott
Frost.
Inside linebacker. Well, he jetted. You know, he's coaching Nebraska now.
Yep.
Shaquem Griffin.
Sure.
He's the guy with one hand.
Okay.
I love this guy. He had a great year.
At least you know what hand he jacks off with.
Yeah, he probably jacks off with his hand that's not a nub. Shaquem Griffin threw up 20 reps of 225 yesterday. 20 reps.
Amazing.
Using a robotic hand.
It's amazing, but it's like, don't give a fuck until he gets on the football field.
Okay. Well, he's shown on the field.
But it's amazing.
You say you don't give a fuck. He was first team all conference.
I'm saying he should, with the combine existed or not, he would be a high draft pick.
Okay.
That's my point.
Well, he's shown he can play on the field. He has a twin brother, by the way. I love this. Shaquille.
Sure.
Or is it Shaquille? I don't know.
They both play on the same team, right?
Yeah, they both played for UCF.
Yeah.
So he threw up 225 pounds 20 times with a robot hand. Then today, he ran a 4.38 the first time he ran the 40, which was the fastest 40 time for an inside linebacker in 15 years. And again, I don't want to look too far into this, but I will for this guy because it's really cool.
It's awesome.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid of how cool the story this is. But Matty, this also poses a question for you.
Sure.
I mean, he's out here doing this stuff with one hand.
I got smoked in basketball by you.
You don't have access to one hand.
Yeah.
Can we have Matty Goldberg do the combine?
I'd love to do it.
I think we should set it up.
Yeah.
We should all do it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We should all do
We
it.
should all do it. The four of us. We'll get
Yeah.
Praino out there. Just
I don't think I could
shits and
beat you
giggles.
guys in anything.
So what is it? It's bench
40?
press,
Bench.
40-yard dash,
The high jump.
vertical jump. Is there anything else?
Is there a long jump?
I think we should have
I mean,
somebody.
we could do like receiver drills,
Yeah.
catching.
Oh,
and,
I'd
you know,
love to do
catching
the
drills.
receiver drills. See, it's fun to do. Can I wear the spandex?
Yeah, get Matty in like a full Under Armour outfit.
Yeah.
I like this idea. But then I think we should also take the Wonderlic test. Who's asking the questions? You know,
Oh,
so
I'd
they-
love to do the
Well,
Wonderlic
Can't
test.
you print them out somewhere?
I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I know like
online.
Ravel, like Darren Ravel always like tweet something out. Like there's like I'm pretty sure you could like print out the Wonderlic test.
I think
and, like,
Alex
take
Smith
it.
had the all-time high Wonderlic test.
But that's the point.
Fun fact. Who's the average quarterback?
I don't think. I'm not saying these guys. You don't want a moron. Like, let's be honest.
I don't
Jameis
get-
Winston ain't the brightest fucking guy. We
Yeah.
all know that.
The point is, I don't get too into the combine. And
I
it's
agree.
It's so boring to watch.
I agree. It's very boring to watch.
Now, you suggested, I don't know if we should do this now, but
Let's do it.
you suggested, why don't I do a Baker Mayfield porn reenactment at the combine? And I was like struggling with it.
Well, this is what I thought because Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
And for the record, I could be 100% wrong, but I'm just going to say it on record.
And that's a guy that they say looks great.
I'm going to say it on record right now.
Bust.
I'm going to even look into this lovely camera we have.
Yep.
Baker Mayfield is not going to be a star NFL quarterback. And I'm not going off his combine. I'm not going off what he did at Oklahoma. I guess I am going off somewhat of that. That doesn't impress me. These guys from these schools, especially the Big 12, they haven't done shit in the NFL. Who from the Big 12 is doing well in the NFL
As quarterback?
as quarterback?
Well, I can name guys that have sucked. You got your Bradford, who's been like a total bust. If you're a number one pick, his career's been a bust.
Bryce Petty set all those numbers at
What
Baylor.
about Brandon Whedon?
Brandon
Out of
Weeden.
the league.
Robert Griffin, the third.
Out of the league.
Out of the league. So I am basing a lot of that.
Yeah.
I, right now, do not feel that Baker Mayfield will be a star. In fact, I don't think he's even going to have a good quarterback. In fact, if you said Ruther over under,
Wins. Career wins.
no, I was just going to say career years. If I said to you, Matty Goldberg, over under 7 years in the NFL for Baker Mayfield, I would say under.
When we do the Dirty Sports in 7 years, if you're wrong, you'll be wearing the L chain.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. You're cool enough to admit it.
But what do you think? I think that's a good number,
The
7.
jury is out. I'm
Would you-
50-50. Like, I wrote a piece. He can either go the way of Johnny Football because he's got that like insanity in him to be stupid, or he can put it together and help a team out. Like he can go to the Jets and help a team out.
But I'm not even putting it on. I'm not even. I don't care about his off the field stuff. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about him running from
But
the cops.
off the field stuff is part of the NFL.
I just don't think
in a
he's
sense.
talented enough. That's what I'm basing
That's
my.
fine.
Dude, let's not forget, guys. He walked on.
Another guy's Colt McCoy. Like he was awesome in college and
I-
just the backup.
I googled the best Big 12 quarterbacks and looked at 3 websites real
Yeah.
quick. And the 3 websites, the top Big 12 quarterback of all time that they've had come out, Troy Aikman.
Yeah. And he's really a UCLA guy.
Yeah, he transferred from Oklahoma to UCLA,
Yeah.
and that was
That's
25
100 years ago.
years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, and that's my thing. I don't even give a shit what Baker Mayfield does on Instagram or off the field.
Yeah.
All that other stuff, or his talking trash. I just don't think,
Well, that's why the combine is nonsense because they're all praising him.
and that's my point.
Yeah.
Who do you like from this class of quarterbacks, though? Now, Sam Darnold didn't throw. I don't know what that means. There's Josh Rosen. There's Josh.
Josh Allen,
Josh
I would
Allen,
say,
yeah.
is the guy I like the most because I think he's got the best cannon. I think Rosen is kind of that soft kind of Sam Bradford. I want him to do well because he's Jewish. He's a chosen one. But I just don't think, I think if he goes to a losing team, it's going to, he's just going to be, hurt all the time and
Yeah.
kind of whiny. And I like Sam Darnold's attitude. I just think he makes too many mistakes. And
Why is no one talking about that?
I
couldn't
just don't know.
Sam Darnold's
he's
not
really
ready.
built on 5 games last season.
That's what I'm
Not
saying.
this season, the year before.
Sam Darnold did not, and obviously we see him a lot
And he
because we
came
live
out
in
of nowhere.
California.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere and he just lit it up. 2 years ago.
And especially the Rose Bowl against Penn State
Yeah,
2
he
years
lit it
ago.
up. And then last year he was good. He wasn't great.
But he wasn't that good last year. Sam Darnold was not that good. I watched USC games.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold is turnover prone. No one wants to talk about that. Sam Darnold got his ass handed to him against Ohio State. And everyone wants to say, oh, well, he's not blocking. Well, whatever. Yeah. That doesn't help that they weren't blocking.
I don't see him like doing what Carson Wentz has done or something like that. I don't see him up in that category, or even Jared Goff.
I think Sam Darnold should have played another year.
Yeah.
And UCLA is the same thing. I talk about the Big 12, and I shouldn't the Big 12. When's the last time UCLA, besides Troy Aikman, put out a quarterback?
Well, Brett Hundley, but he was awful.
Yeah, Brett Hundley took a hot, steamy cheese curd dump for the Packers this year.
Yeah, he did.
Like, he had some awful games. He had some all right games. He had some awful games.
What about Josh Allen going to your Broncos? Because I know Elway likes him.
I'm not a big Josh Allen guy.
You're not.
No, not at all.
So you
Even
better
though he
get
comes from a team
No, I just
that already supports horses.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
No.
Wyoming is close to Colorado, right?
Yeah.
Be perfect.
I guess,
Trevor
yeah.
doesn't know. That
Yeah, no.
everybody who lives in Wyoming is a Broncos fan.
Yeah, Brand Tolbert, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. But no, no, I think he makes same thing with Darnold. I think he makes a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that accurate. I think the whole thing that Allen's built on is that he's he's tall. He's a big guy.
And he's got a cannon.
He's 6'5", 230, and has a big arm, which is good. But he's not an accurate quarterback.
Now, I respectfully disagree on this one. If you put this is where I do in a way like the combine.
Yeah.
If you put his stuff up side by side with Carson Wentz, and Josh Allen is pretty athletic.
Yeah.
I think Josh Allen right now, gun to my head.
Yeah.
Again, what the fuck do
He'll
I
be
know?
the best quarterback.
I think he'll be the best quarterback.
I agree.
From this draft class.
I agree. Long term.
Long term.
He kind of has that Drew Bledsoe feel to him.
Yeah.
Like Drew never studied, but Drew was this big, tall guy with just a fucking rocket of an arm.
And I think we've seen, people forget, we've seen a lot of success from small programs. Not just with Carson Wentz, but let's go back to Big Ben coming from Miami of Ohio.
Yeah, the Mac.
Or Flacco. I know Flacco hasn't been good
Delaware.
the last few years.
Yeah.
Dude, but he still went on an insane run and won a Super Bowl.
Look.
I think
Yeah.
it helps these guys. Take Josh Allen. He comes from Wyoming. I've been to Wyoming. There ain't shit to do there. All he has to do is play football, learn football, study football.
Yep. I've watched him play a little, and I like his arm.
So him coming from a small program, I think sometimes helps these guys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it does give, they're the focus completely, and, I mean, it's fine. I don't think it does translate in the next level. I mean, look at Carson Wentz. I mean, North Dakota, even though they're the biggest team in their division, it's still not like they're not playing Alabama and stuff. And he's adjusted fine.
Well, the Combine I don't watch. I'll just be honest. I don't think you watch it. I watch some highlights.
I read about it.
Yeah, to talk about for this show. Mike Mayock.
Yes.
He does it with Rich Eisen. I'm a big fan of Rich Eisen.
So you don't like Mayock?
I'm not the biggest fan of Mayock. His lisp kills me.
Yeah, and he's so fucking nerdy and
he's such a dork. His lisp kills me.
Yeah.
When he used to do
NFL games.
He used to do NFL games on Thursday night. It would bother me, and I don't think he still does. He used to do Notre Dame too.
Yep.
I don't think he still does. His lisp just kills me. I'm a big fan of Rich Eisen, not a big fan of Mike Mayock. Now, Matty, you proposed that we do Mike Mayock reviewing porn.
Yeah, because he analyzes the players, and he has, like, these catchphrases he uses. So I was like, wouldn't it be funny if Mike Mayock analyzed porn stars? But I got to grab my phone because I got Tug Coker notes on porn stars for
Okay.
this.
So Matty's got to grab his phone. For some reason, he's put it where he can't reach it. This is a great build-up for the show. He's got it. He's got a lot of camera. Is right in the camera. You like being on film, don't you? You like. Well, you got to talk in the mic, Matty. Nobody can hear you. You like being on film, don't you?
Who doesn't? Girls on film.
So now you've prepared this. So I kind of want to tease this up a little more.
Yeah.
So like we said, Mike Mayock is the NFL Network. He's basically the Mel Kiper, Todd McShay equivalent for the NFL Network.
Yeah,
correct? So what you're going to do now is you have looked up some adult film stars.
Yes.
And you are going to be Mike Mayock rating and judging porn stars as if they were players in the NFL Combine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think people pick up on it.
Okay.
Nick D'Alessandro, get ready. This definitely, I guarantee this will be so good. It'll be a great 2-minute video.
Okay, why are you getting nervous? So
I'm not nervous.
do the bit then. What's going on here? Do the bit.
I'm shaking. All right, here we go. All right, let's first look at some of the MILFs, some of the more experienced players. This is Kendra Jade. Great experience. What I like about her is she is a team player. When she does the stepmom-daughter porn, she really lets the daughter get in there and suck a nice dick in there. And that's very sweet. And she guides him. When the daughter's fucking the guy, she's pushing and telling him to fuck her harder. I like that about her. She's always in it. She doesn't do a lot of DP. She's got to do a little more DP, but it's all good with her. So Kendra Jade, one of this combine.
Thanks, Mike. Kendra Jade, guys. Now, who else do you have?
Okay, we got Riley Reed. Riley Reed, just a prospect, but just can't put it together. Too many gross tattoos. Kind of kills my Woody. But you know what? She does suck a mean dick, and she will take it in the ass, which is big in this combine. So look out for Riley Reed. She has a lot of upside, but right now, too much with the bad tattoos kills my chubby.
All right, so Riley Reed. Who's up next, Mike?
I usually don't judge the kickers or the men, but I'm going to go with the Texas Longneck TT Boy, one of the best male porn stars out there. This guy's got a dick that can fuck for hours. They call him the Texas Longneck. He's got to be good because Texas high school and Texas college football, you better be prepared for the next level. And I'm going to give him my 5-star. I watched the tape. I watched 3 hours of tape on TT Boy, and I'm giving him the 5-star Mike Mayock approval.
Thank you, Mike.
We next have Rossi Bush. This is really interesting because I'm going to be honest, she's only a one-trick pony, and to be in this league, you got to do more than just dike out. Plus, she has the vintage bush, hence her name Rossi Bush. A lot of coaches say, listen, shave the bush, you'll make more money. But she sticks to her guns. She wants to stay who she is. I watched 6 hours of tape on her. I watched the tape. She does some good stuff with her tongue, but I think she needs more. I think she needs to get real dick inside her to be the next level.
Thanks, Mike. Is there anyone else that you want to review?
Harper. She's a little petite girl. I don't know if she's tough enough to be in this league, but you know what? She takes good dick, and she works well with the stepmoms. She plays along with it. She's a good teammate when they do the threesomes. Maybe, she could get in more bukkake and stuff like that, but I've watched lots of tape on her. I put the tape together. I put the tape against some of the other petite girls like Riley Reed, and I'm going to say she right now has more potential than Riley Reed, but not there yet.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was Mike Mayock doing the porn combine.
I hope that lives up to the hype.
Well, I don't know if there was any hype because no one knew about it. But I have to ask.
Yeah.
Because I know you do like to come prepared.
Sure.
You do like to practice.
Yeah.
Were you practicing that in your basement?
I was going through jokes in my head the last 24 hours.
Okay. But
Yeah.
you weren't saying them out loud.
I was, but not I can't say it out loud in front of people. I can't be like Rossi Bush, should take more dick or something like that.
Yeah, but again, who's in your basement besides you and your girl?
My dogs.
So who are you worried about saying it in front of?
I don't know. I told her I was going to do it. She thought it was funny.
It's good, Matty. I like that. You know me. I'm always about new bits. The whole time you were doing that bit, I just kept thinking, this is why on iTunes it says parental advisory, explicit lyrics. That's why we have the explicit content.
Yeah. I hope people are going to like it. I pray. Sometimes I do some of the worst porn reenactments because I have to, get back on track.
Those are the best ones,
And
though.
then people be like, I was dying laughing at that porn reenactment.
That was better than the last
ground.
one. I will say that.
Yeah. But
Very-
that's not saying much.
But it was good. I liked it. I thought it was good.
Good.
I like it, Matty.
Thanks.
Don't worry, dude. You don't worry. This is what I've learned. You
Yeah.
can't worry too much about the peanut gallery. You do you. You do what makes you happy.
I know this, though. because like I'll say something about sports and I'll get like 10 guys like I disagree or whatever. I guarantee a lot of the dirtballs are gonna like you like. No, Riley Reid is the best, or Riley Reid's disgusting.
I knew all those girls.
I didn't know all.
I've definitely jerked off to every single one of those girls.
Even Rossi Bush,
Yeah.
Miss Yukon, she likes. Yeah, I shouldn't even say, but I did. She claims it at 365 in our neighborhood. Rossi Bush was there. She's like Rossi Bush.
Wait, at what in your neighborhood?
A 365 grocery store.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
The same grocery store where I saw Stevie Janowski from Eastbound and Down. Couple times.
It's a great show.
Yeah. Name dropping.
You are name dropping. Matty, you have celebrities in your house all the time. What are you even talking about? Let's talk about Kirk Cousins for a quick second.
Yeah. Do you like that?
So he has his final list
Yeah.
down to the Broncos, Jets, Cardinals, and Vikings.
Yeah.
I've heard the Vikings are going all in, and I just don't get it.
I like it.
I think they stick with Keenum.
I disagree.
Why is that?
I just felt like, look, take away the miracle, and they couldn't win a playoff game. And yes, the Eagles were great, but he was just overmatched. And they're like, okay, he had a great regular season. He's probably the best backup in football, but can he win a Super Bowl? Cousins is a little erratic, but he still has the arm, and the game to get them to the next level. With
See,
a
I
good D.
disagree. I don't know how much of an upgrade Kirk Cousins is
I think
for the
it's a
Minnesota
huge
Vikings.
upgrade.
If you're Kirk Cousins, where do you go?
I would want to go to Minnesota because they got to the NFC Championship game, and they're like, we're so close. If our defense stays together, we got some really good
They got
receivers.
Dalvin Cook coming back.
Dalvin Cook coming back. Like, we got a real chance
Yeah.
to take the next step. I think the Broncos are fading a little, but with a good quarterback, they could get back fast. The Cardinals kind of seem old, Like
Yeah.
They kind of seem they're breaking down. And what was the other one? The Jets, like, you got to wait till Tom Brady retires to really, think you're a contender in that division. The Jets are a mess still. They have so many holes right now.
Can we talk about the Patriots for a second?
Yeah.
Because I didn't get to this last episode. We have to talk about this Robert Kraft paying
Yes,
for
this is
some other
crazy.
dude's baby.
Yeah. I like it.
So
What?
that's the most pathetic
What?
shit I've ever heard.
He's 76 years old.
This is I don't give a shit.
Matty?
Let
Come
me
on,
just, if you
Matty.
guys didn't-
hot take.
Come
Hot
on,
take.
That's
Matty.
the worst hot take I've
Matty.
ever heard.
Matty.
You blinking guy me. You
Matty.
like it? So I don't know if you guys saw this. Robert Kraft's girlfriend, they've been on and
And
off
she's
again.
like 36.
She's 38. They've been off
And
and
she
on
looks
again.
great.
All right, let me get to the fucking story.
Sorry.
Robert Kraft's girlfriend, they've been off and on again for the last few years.
Yeah.
She's 38. They've been dating for 5 years. They broke up. Another dude knocked her up. Robert Kraft is paying for the baby.
What?
That's the ultimate chump move.
What
Dude,
a good guy.
no. It's not about that he's got the money. He's a billionaire.
He's 76.
Dude, wow. First of all, let's stop acting like, wow, he's dating a 38-year-old. He's 76. He's worth billions of dollars.
I bet you they've never fucked.
No,
Oh,
I bet
shit.
No,
Hot
I bet
take.
you they've never fucked.
I bet you they
That's
have.
a hot
no,
take.
no. I bet you she's giving him a blowy. Maybe he's put the tip in for. I bet you they've never fucked.
Whoa, Trevor coming in with a hot take.
Never fucked.
I'm gonna say they fucked a lot, and
No.
that's why he's paying. Because he's like, look, no 38-year-old is gonna let your old wrinkly dick get in a vagina. So she's like, listen, you owe me, old man. Or she's got like stuff like he like signed some stupid papers like she's gonna take over the team when he dies.
Well, then he's just an awful person for that. I disagree with Trevor, the hot take that they've never had sex. I disagree there. But, dude, you're paying for some other dude's kid.
But what if they left on good terms?
It doesn't matter, man. First of all, make that guy a responsible adult to pay for his own kid. Dude, to me, that's the bigger issue.
But he's got all the money in the world. What else is he gonna do? He's like, all right, you had sex with me for 5 years when you probably were like disgusted by my old wrinkly dick, And like,
which
I
is
think,
even more part of the problem.
I thank you for it. Therefore, I'm gonna help with the kid.
It's pathetic, dude. In fact, this is where Robert Kraft paying for another dude's kid is the worst thing that's ever happened to the Patriots organization. And you guys have done some shady stuff. That's all I'm
Worse
saying.
than Aaron Hernandez fucking killing people.
Aaron Hernandez. This is far worse than Aaron Hernandez murdering people.
Worse than Tom Brady with a nice kiss to his son.
Yeah, worse than Tom Brady making out, asshole fingering his son on a massage table. Worse than Aaron Hernandez killing half of the New Hampshire area, the New England area.
Yeah.
Worse than Deflategate. Worse than Spygate. Robert Kraft is paying. He is paying for an other dude's kid. Dude, talk about man card revoked. I don't care how many billions of dollars you're worth. Your man card is revoked. You're paying for an other dude's child? No, here's what happened. I'm going to break it down for you right now. Here's what happened. She couldn't handle that 78-year-old disgusting Cialis pill-popping dick. It was gross. It was always wrinkly. So she went to some other dude and was like, I want some real dick. Some dude who can bang me without fucking almost having a heart attack. So she's banging that was her side piece.
Yeah.
She had a side piece.
Of course.
Right? So we get that.
But he's
paying for the side piece's kid.
But look, he doesn't have many rodeos left. If he can get like a beautiful 38-year-old woman at 75, you got to do what you got to do. How many 75-year-old guys are banging girls half their age?
Any guy with billions of dollars could do that. Any guy.
All right.
But
there's not many. My grandpa he had fucking diabetes. He would pull his pants down and shoot a fucking thing in his ass at 75.
What does that have to do with
Because he wasn't getting laid with a 38-year-old woman.
Your grandpa didn't have billions of dollars. What part of this aren't you comprehending?
I'm just saying you got to do what you got to do.
He's worth billions of dollars. Like, how are you not comprehending this?
I get it.
No, you don't get it. When you're worth billions of dollars,
yeah.
Anna Nicole Smith she married a 95-year-old guy in a wheelchair.
A week before he died.
Hugh Hefner was 85 and had a harem of girls who he was still basically paying to sleep with them. That's the same thing Robert Kraft is doing. I don't have respect. Dude, he could find – dude, go pull up Tinder.
I'm sure
he could find any girl. If he literally put in his Tinder profile – I'm 78. I'm worth $5 billion. I own the Patriots. So many girls would bang him.
I'm sure his sons were so annoyed by that girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they're like, she's going to try to take over the team when he dies.
Well, no, that was like part of the thing that the Suns were upset was because like they're worried that she's like written into the will.
Exactly.
On some like Craig Sager kind of shit or like later on.
Dude,
like,
it's amazing. It's amazing what women and pussy will do to guys. Like, I'm just as bad. I'm not saying I'm any better. First of all, I would never pay for someone else's kid, though. Like, I'm not that bad. But it's amazing how women in sex, because to me that's the underlying
guys
thing.
Will do anything.
Dude, we're so pathetic. Man, I've said this, man. We're literally cavemen with penises walking around. And I believe that. I don't care how rich you are, how poor you are, how ugly you are, how pretty you are. Every guy is just a penis walking around the street. That's all we are.
I'm more of a Renaissance man myself.
Back to the Renaissance.
It's unbelievable. You're the only one with this take.
I don't know. That's kind of funny.
Unbelievable. What do you think about the Rams, dude? I want to talk about the Rams for a hot second.
They're making some moves.
They're making a lot of moves. They traded Robert Quinn. By the way, and I like Robert Quinn.
But he's getting old.
Well, he's not exactly getting old. But, yeah, I guess he is getting old. I guess you're right. Take that back.
And they brought in Marcus Peters, who I love.
They brought in Marcus Peters. The Rams going to get a first-round pick out of this. Robert Quinn goes to the Dolphins. So the Dolphins now have what? Cameron Wake and Ndamukong Suh and Robert Quinn. So
and they're still going to have a terrible defense.
Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
They can't put it together. They're on paper, they always we got Sue, we got this guy, and they never put it together.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not balanced to any either. So I'm just not worried about them, wreaking havoc. I also find Sue to be really overrated. He's one of those guys that takes a lot of plays off.
Yeah, I agree.
He's either into it or he's not.
Well, what do you make about the Rams? I think the Rams
I love what they did. I love Marcus Peters. I think it's a steal.
And this move, too, I like it. I think it shows the Rams are really going for it.
Yeah, and people are like, well, Marcus Peters, he does crazy stuff. He's kind of a head case. I'm like, but you get the right coach to like get him in the right frame of mind. Like this potential is like unlimited, and I feel like he's so young. He had such a great season last year. He can do a lot of stuff. He's gonna get a lot of interceptions. Their defense scores a lot of points too. The Rams, so he's just a great addition.
I like it too.
Yeah.
Well, Goldberg, let's get to some NBA stuff. But before we do that, you told me before the show you need to get a razor, didn't you?
Yeah, because you told me that my shaving would suck. So eventually, I'm gonna Harry's razors and get it done right.
Well, we don't have to do it eventually. My friends at Harry's, they're lovely people. All it takes is an email, and I say, look, my boy Matty Goldberg needs to step up his shave game. Let's get him some of your excellent 5-blade cartridges. Let's get some of that amazing shave gel that also smells fresh. And I know Harry's will hook it up because that's the only thing I use. I love Harry's. In fact, I need to. I'm going to shave tonight. I'm going to use some of those amazing blades. I'm going to put on a new fresh blade, a fresh cartridge, so I can look extra clean. Harry's, they stripped out all the unnecessary features, guys. The vibrating handle, the heating blades, the 15 lubricating strips, all that junk. And they've also taken out the unnecessary cost to deliver customers one perfect razor at an amazing price. And they're so confident you're going to love their blades as much as me. They'll give you their trial set for free when you sign up at harrys.com/dirty. Just pay for shipping. So claim your free trial offer from Harry's today at a $13 value when you sign up. Just cover shipping. That free trial set includes, Matty, a weighted ergonomic razor handle, 5 precision-engineered blades with a lubricating strip and trimmer blade, rich lathering shave gel, and a travel blade cover.
Nice.
To get your free trial,
Say that 10 times.
Yeah, that was tough, but you had it.
Yeah.
a weighted ergonomic razor handle, 5 precision engine.
Ooh.
There. I struggled. See, it's too tough. Anyway, to get your free trial set, go to harrys.com/dirty right now. That's harrys.com/dirty. We got to get you those blades, though.
Yes.
But the problem is, I'm not going to shave for you.
I'll shave. Our Miss Yukon will shave.
Yeah.
I might shave the sack, too.
Shave the sack.
I've
Got to
never
be
done-
careful.
I've never done that before.
I did it again last
Really?
night.
Yeah.
Really?
Never done it before?
Never done it.
You know, when I lived in Brooklyn, I used to go to that pizza place, Carmine's, and Carmine was the guy who worked there.
You would shave your sack?
No, he'd be like, I got a date tonight. He always like, did you shave your balls? And that's the first question he'd always ask. I'm like, no. I'm like, he's like, you didn't shave your
You
balls?
must have the hairiest balls.
Yeah, I feel like
Not
everybody
really.
should
I'll
shave
show
their
it to you
balls.
right now.
Everybody should shave their balls at
Wanna
least
see my hair?
once.
You want to see the hair on my balls?
No, you can show me in Vegas.
Whatever you want to see.
After the show, once we're off
You know
camera.
what I
Up
think?
to you.
You know what? It just hit me actually. Back to the Robert Kraft thing, real quick.
Yeah.
I think Robert Kraft. Forget paying for this dude's kid. I think he should just be your sponsor, Matty.
I love it.
Like Robert Kraft should sponsor your life.
I'd love to be up in the when they always show him in the
Yeah, you're a diehard
in the
Patriots
suite.
fan.
Yeah.
Can we get a Photoshop of that?
By the way, there's so many rumors about Malcolm Butler. I don't know what the fuck happened.
What do you mean?
Like now they say he got in a fight with Belichick's son, who's a coach on the Patriots. Like they got in a fist fight. I don't know if that. They said he was out partying every night. Like who knows what is true? It's something so weird about that whole situation.
That's why we need to get you in the organization.
I want to know.
I want a Photoshop of you in the press box with Robert Kraft.
And
with
then,
like keys hanging around your neck.
and then when I get a girl pregnant, he can pay for the baby.
Whoa.
If Robert Kraft said he would, this is actually an interesting scenario.
Yeah.
If Robert Kraft said, Matty Goldberg, I will support your child if you get Miss Yukon knocked up,
Yeah, the New York Minute.
you would just go and raw dog.
We'd sperm it up. I'd eat some good pineapple and get some strong sperm going. I'd shoot.
Wait. This pineapple does that make you?
It makes your cum taste better.
Yeah, it makes it taste better. But it doesn't make you more
better.
fertile. Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't make you.
You know what makes you fertile? Steak. I'll take some vitamins and steak.
You know what doesn't make you fertile is marijuana.
Yeah.
Kills sperm.
Infertile, yeah.
Did you not know that, Trevor?
Didn't know that.
Trevor did not know that. Yeah, Trevor, you have zero sperm, by the way. You're a
Good.
stoner.
Good
Yeah.
to know.
You have no sperm.
But you
left
don't
in
want to
those
have a
sacs.
kid anytime
Girls on
soon.
birth control already,
Yeah.
so good to know.
Trevor
You're
revealing
really
some
raw.
things today.
I know.
Really raw dog.
Trevor, I can see Trevor over there. He's manning the operations. He bought a bunch of Budweisers.
And he bought me a
I
Coke.
switched it up.
He brought Maddie some Coca-Cola.
Yep. He knows.
He's
If
really
he brought
stepping
Pepsi,
it up.
I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. He needs to teach our boy J.R. Smith how to do it. We got to talk about this J.R. Smith story.
Yeah.
So J.R. Smith was suspended one game this week. This is one of my favorite recent sports stories.
Yes.
He threw a bowl of soup at Cavs assistant coach Damon Jones, former player.
Yeah.
And the internet was losing it. Of course, everybody was making jokes about this.
Sure. That's just like part of like the you know, like Marshawn Lynch, every time he does something wacky,
Yeah.
it builds his mystique. This is just builds the mystique of the mysterious man that is J.R. Smith.
It's pretty amazing, right?
Yeah. Like watching him play basketball, it's like every once in a while he'll get hot shooting threes, but he's just like a body on the court.
Yeah.
But
He's
like
got the tattoos.
but he's funny as fuck. Like the parade without a shirt on, like he didn't have a shirt on for weeks.
Dude.
And this like what are the specifics of the soup throwing like? Is this like I mean, I know it's like you threw soup, but like what was the specifics? Did he hit the guy with the soup? That was the ball full? Like I need to know more.
I know. I feel like they're not revealing much, or I just didn't read into it enough. Yeah, they're
There's not really much.
Okay, yeah, because
Just that it was chicken tortilla soup. Tortilla? Is that how you say it?
not a big soup guy myself, and I've said
I
this.
love
I'm
soup.
not a big soup
Love
guy either,
soup.
so I don't
Love
know.
soup.
I don't know what soup this is.
I
Chicken,
love soup.
Chicken tortilla?
I know what it is, but I've said this on the show. Soup is not a fucking meal. You know, and I fought with some of the listeners about this. I fought with Walt Ruther. You know, Walt Ruther loves soup.
I love soup.
My dad loves making soup, and I've said you need a sandwich with soup.
Soup is what you
need
eat when
bread.
you're sick.
You need bread with soup.
Yeah, but there's not many soups
Chicken soup.
that are filling. Like my dad.
No, they're not filling at all.
No, they're not.
I get 2 when I order.
But then you're just proving my point.
Yeah. But I love it. It's
That's-
just not filling.
But this is my argument to anybody. That's why it's soup and sandwich. Nobody's going. If I'm starving, if I just did a workout, nobody's
Yeah.
going to a restaurant just to eat soup.
When have you ever gotten like mad at somebody that you're eating like food and you just throw it at them?
No.
It takes a lot to like pick up your food and fucking just whiz it at somebody.
Yeah.
Plus, he's an athlete. It probably went fucking fast at the guy. Like you don't know. If it
He's not,
hit him.
he's not a professional baseball pitcher, Matty.
Yeah.
Now J.R. Smith is also a nut job. So who knows how much it took. But you are right. I agree with you. It just adds to his mystique.
Sure.
Of all the players in the NBA, and people ask us this all the time on
Yeah.
our show, if you could get high with anybody. And I think I feel
Yeah,
like
he'd be a lot of fun.
I feel like he slides under the radar. If I could get stoned with any NBA player or any athlete in general, I would have to put J.R. Smith up there
What about Rodman? Would you hang out with Rodman?
in a heartbeat.
He would be just say the weirdest shit. He'd be so much fun to
I
talk.
told
to.
you, we almost hit him in our car in
That's
Marina.
funny.
I've said this on Dirty Sports. He was jaywalking
Yeah.
across the street with the whole crew
Yeah.
like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and we literally almost ran over Dennis Rodman.
And you know the story about when Carmen Electra caught him with like 4 girls in bed? He said they fell from the sky.
That was his response?
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
She's a whack job, too.
Of course, yeah.
Did I ever tell you the Carmen Electra story at Lance Bass's wedding?
No, she got there and she's probably plastered, right?
No, this is the best part. So I had just got hired by Lance. This is right after he got married.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't at his wedding or anything. Like I got hired like a month after his wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So, his wedding was the first ever big gay TV wedding.
Sure.
Like E did a 2-hour special on it.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody was allowed because of confidentiality and all that. It aired like 2 months after his actual wedding.
Yeah.
So nobody could have their phones there. Nobody, all the
Sure.
Hollywood shit. Nobody fucking, what's it called? At
The wedding, the reception.
The wedding, the reception. So here's the best part. So there's a lot of celebrities there, of course.
Yep.
But Carmen Electra's there.
Was JT there?
I don't think Timberlake was there. I think he was the only one not there. Yeah, I think he was on the
Dick.
road. Anyway, so no one knows how Carmen Electra, because Lance doesn't know
She
Carmen
wasn't
Electra.
invited.
So someone brought Carmen Electra. This is the best part.
Yeah.
Someone brought Carmen Electra as their date. And I don't think it was a famous person. And they said Carmen Electra took over the entire ceremony or at the reception.
I could see
She
that.
was out of her mind,
Yeah.
hammered.
Yep.
And the entire dance floor was just Carmen Electra just losing her mind, which sucks for me because had I known him and had I been invited, your boy would have been trying to make a move on Carmen Electra.
That's quite a story.
Yeah.
And she's been married to like Dave Navarro,
Forgot about that.
Rodman, and then like she's been with a lot of famous guys.
You want to hear? You know Carmen Electra? You know where she's from? She's from Cincinnati.
That's funny.
She went to Princeton High School, Cincinnati.
Like public school.
Yeah, public school.
See, if you went to public school, you could have had a chance to nail her back in the day.
Well, she's still older than me, bro.
She's probably like 50 now, right?
Yeah, like Matty, I'm 36.
You still couldn't have tried to nail her.
Matty does math.
You know, when I was doing a show one time in Baltimore, I had these kids that used to come see me all the time. And they brought their Playboys of Carmen Electra. They were going to like some like, you know, it's like a strip club. It's like, with the appearance of Carmen Electra. And they're like, yeah, we're getting our Playboys signed there. And I was like, Jesus Christ, these are the people who like me.
Yeah.
Same assholes that would get Carmen Electra autographs on their Playboys.
Well, let me ask you this. That's a good question.
Yeah.
So Praino has his slurpers. You have your slurpers. I don't have any slurpers, but whatever. It is what it is. We've talked about this. Everyone hates me. What percentage of Matty slurpers are virgins? Like, what percentage of the people who love you or
As
who
my
listen,
phone is lighting up, that guy Dustin tweeting nonstop.
Dustonian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that guy. But probably a mess in real life.
You know what? You know what he did, which was a problem.
Oh boy.
We read his tweets. Now he's been forcing it ever since.
Well, my thing was when Joe went off on him.
Joe never went off on him.
He called him
ever.
a bot.
Joe never went off on him. That was a joke.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick up for
So
Praino.
I
He
made a
never went off
mistake.
on him.
I made a mistake because I was like,
he said his
tweet
name
more.
one time.
I go tweet more. So now he just is like, he's like, you ever drink a poop favorite lot popsicle or like you ever suck on a, you know, he just has like ridiculous.
But that's
shit.
what I'm saying. Like, what percentage of people who listen to this show or who listen to Denton Report or like you
Yeah.
have never had sex?
I'm going to say not as much as you think because I'm going to sound like a real creepo. But when I'm on Instagram and all these guys that I know found me through Dirty Sports and Den Report, a lot of them have very attractive girlfriends.
There's a few. But I don't know about a lot of them.
The ones that are not, that are...
The one dude who goes to Arizona's got a hot girlfriend. Is it Arizona?
but there's a lot of guys I'm like, whoa, this guy, you know, because I always assume the Dirty Sports guys...
Have you ever masturbated to a fan's girlfriend?
No. But I'm like, wow, good for that kid.
Yeah.
Way to go, dude. They love the problem with these guys too is they love their girlfriend too much. They're like, well, on their birthday they always put a picture of the girl and it's like this woman is just like the love of my life and all this shit. It's just really sappy. Like, stop that. Relax. You're 20 years old.
Yeah.
You know.
Life
But I'm impressed. But I would say my slurpers are probably the messier the denhead dirtball crew.
What?
Like, you know, like kind of
the messier?
lost in life. You know, not all together.
Yeah, well, go figure. Look at you. This show has just been off the rails. Let's wrap it up.
It's been some sort of show. Let me
Some
tell
quick
ya.
Major League Baseball talk. I think the Tim Lincecum thing is interesting.
So the guy's got to retire.
So Lincecum didn't play last year.
Yeah.
He hasn't played in like
Last-
half
No,
years.
no, he didn't play last year.
When he was on the Angels, was he on the Angels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
last
on the
year.
Angels.
Brutal.
He was awful.
And it was almost like, come on, dude, like you're killing how great you were because you want to remember him as like he was for his body and his size, he was fantastic. So
he
it's
won
like,
2 Cy Youngs.
So it's like, dude,
He
like,
made 4 All-Stars.
I went to a game once, the Dodgers Giants. He had 4 base hits, and I'm like, how's this guy hitting? He's like 5'8", $140, soaking wet, and I'm just like, now watching him get lit up, it's like you're killing what you've done. You know, you're killing like what people will remember about you. They're gonna remember you as getting lit up and like not wanting to retire.
Yeah, I don't know about that though. Like he didn't play last year. The year before that, you're right. In 2016, he played for the Angels, and he was bad. He was really bad.
I mean, he couldn't get at it. He was Darvish in the World Series.
He started 9 games.
Yep.
He went 2-6 with a 9.16 ERA.
Yeah, that's not good.
But he had some years with the Giants.
He
man.
was awesome. I loved him. He was fun. He was funny. He was like, if you watch the movie Dazed and Confused.
He looks just like that picture.
Yeah, it was Wiley Wiggins. I forget what the kid's name is that's his real name. But I forget what his name was in the movie. But it was like, whoa, that's the dude from Dazed and Confused. He grew up and he's fucking tiny and skinny and throwing fucking 99 miles per hour. He was awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I have like whatever team he's on. I'm not like, oh, I'm just like, please, like, it's gonna be a mercy killing.
So you don't like the signing at all.
I just think he doesn't have it anymore.
You think he should retire?
Yeah, it's sad. I think he just like the way he used his arm, like he left it all out there, and he probably has nothing left.
Yeah.
He doesn't have, as they say, he doesn't have any more bullets.
Dude, he went through I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah,
God, he was unbelievable.
and in the postseason.
I know.
Like, it's hard to pick. And then 1 year he wasn't good, and then in the postseason he went in the bullpen, and he was lights out in the bullpen.
He had 4 straight years where he had 220 or more strikeouts.
Awesome.
For 4 straight years.
Yeah. I mean, he got busted for weed. He had, like...
Shocking there.
He had this unconventional wind-up. It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's the closest... This is, like, really dating
He's
myself.
another guy you'd love to get high with.
Well, another guy who died, who was... I don't know if you knew about it, but he was in the 70s. He was crazy, and his arm blew out. But there's a guy named Mark the Bird Fidrich.
You're really dating yourself.
On the Detroit
Mark the Bird
Tigers.
Fidrich
Yeah.
coming in here hot.
Yeah.
He's got a crazy arm because he's a crazy bird.
Yeah. And
Did
he
he
used
die
to,
under a tractor?
Yeah, he was trying to fix his car, or he had a tractor, and it fell on him, and it crushed him. But he used to, if you look up old videos, Trevor will tell you he would talk to the baseball.
He was a crazy guy.
He was fucking nuts, and he had he was like a cult hero for like 2 years. You never heard of him?
He
What's
would
his
be
name?
A great guy to get high with.
Mark
Good
the
call.
Bird Fidrich.
Good call.
Mark the Bird Fidrich. No, I've
Yes.
never heard of him.
You gotta look him up on YouTube. Watch him tonight, or when we're done. Fucking nut job, and he would talk to the baseball, and he was awesome for like 2 years on the Lions. I mean the Tigers, and then he just blew out his arm. He was never the same. But for 2 years, he even made the cover of Rolling Stone.
Wasn't he like high one time?
Yeah, he's
while he
probably
pitched?
high
Yeah,
all
he was
the
high
time.
a
Oh, yeah,
couple
I'm looking
times.
at him right now.
Look how high he looks.
Yeah, he's in the cover of Rolling Stone. I'm seeing it right now.
Yeah,
Oh, this guy's amazing.
yeah. So for 2 years, he was awesome. And like the whole like Tiger Stadium was just a buzz when he would pitch. They just worshipped him because they'd never seen anything like him. And he would talk to the ball, and he would do all types of weird shit.
Do you think the balls are juiced, by the way?
Of course.
Because, all this stuff is coming out now,
Yeah.
and even guys like Justin Verlander are openly talking about it on Twitter.
Yeah.
538 did a huge article on
Sure.
it. They're saying it's juice. They did all these studies. If you read the article, it goes really far in depth on it. So basically, everyone now is saying baseball is juicing the shit out of the balls.
Well, don't you think they should? I mean, I know, like, Praino's a traditionalist, but, like, they're thinking, like, we need to score runs. We need the big home runs. We need to keep up with the other sports. So we need more action. And home runs are sexy.
yeah,
So
it doesn't bother me.
I love a good 2-1 game, but I understand, like, let's get these balls out of the park.
Let's go to a bunch of games this year.
I'm so in.
I love how close you are.
Yep.
And the thing is, I'm actually pretty good. I usually go, not a ton, but I guess it's a fair amount for where I live.
Yeah, you do.
I usually go to 5 or 6 Dodgers games a year.
We'll hit some Reds Dodgers. I think the Reds will be a little better this year.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. You know what the thing about the Reds is the Reds actually have a lineup.
They can hit.
That's the
They
thing.
just can't pitch.
We have the Reds. We really have a good lineup, but God, pitching.
There's not one pitcher that you can depend on the Reds. Like,
No.
not one starter is like, oh, he's
No,
money.
it's all young guys.
Yeah.
Well, Matty, I know you got to get moving, and we got to record Dent Report.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
Can't wait.
if people have not subscribed, right?
It's like this, but we just talk about life.
We just talk about life.
A lot of savage stories, a lot of hookup stories, and then sometimes we get a little serious.
No, you know what? I would disagree. I don't think we started off that way. We haven't really gotten into too many savage hookup stories. It's
but
mostly
savage and hookup.
But you talk about savage about it. Like I use that word jokingly. Like
Yeah.
you use it seriously.
Well, savage is like my level of savage being like an idiot in high school is not the level of like Aaron Hernandez savage.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
But even your level of savage versus Andy Ruther's level of savage, there's not even a
Yes.
comparison.
No, I mean I never like took a dump in like a random like toilet bowl like in a like downstairs at a college like just a random toilet that's not even hooked up.
Call that Tuesday, bro. I'll do
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
I'll take a dump right
I
now.
walk around naked, run around naked in college, and
You'll get to see me naked in Vegas. Aren't you excited?
Uh.
Not really. Anyway, guys, go subscribe to us on that, of course.
I'm more excited about the college basketball.
Yeah. And, of course, go to dirtysports.com. And if you want to get our amazing J.R. Smith shirts, those are all available at dirtysports.com.
He's a legend.
Legend, as Praino would say.
Yeah.
Follow me on Twitter at Andy Ruther. Follow our boy Praino, who will be back next episode. He gets back. We look forward to having Joe back, as always.
And
Follow him at Fix Your Life.
and congratulations to his sister getting married.
Yeah. Follow Matty.
Do you think where he is there's turtles?
You think his brother's jerking off on a massive sea land turtle?
Yeah. At Matty Goldberg 1.
Yeah. And, guys, of course, keep supporting the show. And a big thanks, again, I give you guys a message. A big thanks to everyone who's helping us out on Patreon. Much all you guys. Every donation helps. So much love and thanks to everybody who did that. And, yeah, guys, keep dropping those iTunes reviews, ratings. You guys know what to do. Dirtysports.com, JoePraino.com, AndyRuther.com. Check it all out. Dirtballs, thanks for listening. Matty, it's always a pleasure to have you on as a co-host.
Thank you. I had a blast.
Awesome.
I love talking sports.
And Joe,
March Madness.
we're looking forward to having Praino back. All right, guys, don't forget, condoms are for pussies.